All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today for the Emerald training. I know there are so many people on here from a few months into the business and a few years in the business, and that's a beautiful thing about this business, that there is no speed you have to go. There is no timeline you have to follow. It is how it works best for you. So those of you who don't know me, my name is Ali Antonacci. I'm an ambassador with It Works. I have been with the company almost 7 years now. We are very, very excited because we are in a season of momentum, and promotions can start happening really, really fast. So that's why I wanted to get everybody on here today to just really go over, what does an Emerald chart look like? What's it take to get to Emerald? I want to go ahead and put it out there first that um, go as you go through the ranks, you have to obviously add more distributors and more volume into your organization. When you look at what a Ruby organization is and you look at what an Emerald organization is, you have to triple the number of distributors on your team from Ruby to Emerald. So while the charts don't actually look that big, for the number of people you have on a Ruby chart to the number of people you have on an Emerald chart is actually a huge jump. So I actually think it's one of the not hardest, but one of your biggest jumps early on. Sometimes people are like, oh, I just want to go Ruby, Emerald, bam, bam. And you can do that 100%, but it takes team effort. It takes everybody working together, everybody recruiting together. I am not going to go through a ton of basics about going Ruby, about BV, GV, qualified legs, things like that. As you are looking to go Emerald, I expect that you already know those things. You're a little more seasoned in this business. If you are unclear on exactly how to get to Ruby, which is the cornerstone of our business that takes you to Emerald, definitely go back to the How to Go Ruby video on YouTube and watch that first before you watch this. So this is like part 2 of how we're going to chart through these different ranks. So next up, so Emerald is one rank before you hit leadership ranks. But I really think that Emerald is the first leadership rank, because there is no way that you can get to Emerald without leading others. You 100% can lead a team of thousands, tens of thousands, right? But you cannot carry 2 on your back at the same time. So as you get to Ruby, very, very often, you've recruited maybe all 3 of those people. You're helping fill in some gaps. You're their highest recruiter on your team. As you grow to Emerald, though, it gets to be a little more difficult to do it all on your own. It's a lot of juggling. And as you get all the way up to Diamond, as a quote my husband loves to use is, it's like you're juggling, but you have no hands, because like you really have nothing to juggle with when you're trying to do it all at once. Everything's just flying everywhere, right? So the cornerstone of this business is Ruby. To go Emerald, you need 2 rubies. Okay, so Emerald is going to be about $1,000 a month on average. I know that changes. You can view our full income disclosure on itworks.com, where you can see the income disclosure based on rank and how many people make it to each rank. So you're around $1,000 a month. That average income, you guys, that is your commission and your fast start bonuses. That is average monthly income. And I need people to hear that, because your first Emerald check is very unlikely going to be $1,000. Your first Emerald commission check, because those average incomes are based on getting fast starts. But also there's people who have just hit Emerald their first month. And then there's people who have been Emerald maybe for years, right? So everybody's going to have different amount of volume. Let's go ahead and click right over to an Emerald chart. All right, can I get just like a thumbs up from somebody if you can see this chart? Okay, perfect. All right, so you guys know a Ruby chart. This is a Ruby chart, 3 people, 3 qualified legs, 2,000 group volume. This is what I taught on the earlier training today. I said your friend, maybe you had a customer upgrade, and then you added your spouse. So we're going to use these as an example, that we're going to put them right into your Emerald chart. So you've got your best friend. Your best friend joined you. She has some customers. You had a customer who was like, I'm obsessed with these products. and then you added your spouse as well. I know that not everybody has a spouse to add, but I do want to say one of my biggest regrets in this business is not building my spouse an account sooner. I kept him as a qualified leg on my top line until I was going triple diamond. So, but I was building and I was building quickly. And so I didn't really collect a paycheck for him until about 7 or 8 months into my business. If you have a significant amount of customers and you have people who have joined your team and your business is growing, I highly recommend that you do enroll your spouse. You sign them the next 6 customers under your spouse. They get their free product. And then let's say best friend here is growing her team, right? Then as you are signing people, because you are never going to stop signing people, you are then going to build your spouse's team. Okay. So when you are at Ruby, these are just qualified legs. 400 GV. Your GV is that umbrella, right? So your umbrella of everything under your organization. Your PBV is like your orders and your personal customers, like what you're holding in your hand. Your umbrella is your whole organization, everything you cover. So maybe your best friend was a 400 box, but actually she had helped a few people start their business. So the people who are, I have to move my little taskbar here. The people who joined your best friend, why aren't you gonna let me do this? Are Sarah and Susie. I don't know. We're just coming up with names here. All right. So Sarah and Susie had joined your best friend as she got started. They're her coworkers and her college roommate. You 100% do not need to be the one getting every person on this chart their customers, getting every person on this chart their distributors. Absolutely. Often those of us who dive into this and want to run, we are the top recruiter on our own team. That's fine. You're going to fill in your gaps. But here, we're going to allow, you're going to be building your spouse too. So let's say your mom signs up. If you have a parent that is interested in joining the business with you, not for you working the business for them, working the business with you, the top line of your spouse is a great place to put them. That's where I had mine for many years in the business. And let's say you've got your cousin and you've got, I gotta move the pictures over. You've got a friend. All right. And if you are unmuted somehow, please mute yourself. All right. So now you've got your mom, your cousin, and a friend. Your best friend's hustling. Your best friend wants to go Ruby so bad. And you sign another coworker, or one of your customers is obsessed with these products. You can place that person down here. You're going to help your best friend, customer upgrade, we'll call her. You're going to help. That means your chart is full. Okay. So here's a few things I need you guys to know. Your qualified legs all have to be at 400, right? That's 400 GV. That's your group. That's those people's group volume. It does not matter if a qualified leg is commission qualified. They just need to be at 400, however that looks. It does not matter if they are on commission hold. If they're brand new and they haven't even bothered to log into their eSuite yet, but they're doing their thing, that's fine. The qualified leg simply has to be 400 GV. Okay. But for your best friend to go Ruby, even if these are just 400 and your best friend's not maybe really doing anything, this entire chart still must be 2000 GV. Okay. So right there, this area all has to be 2000 GV. So for your best friend to go Ruby, she has to be 2000. Then same for your spouse, qualified leg, qualified leg, qualified leg, but you got to make sure that this entire area is 2000 GV. So you have a little bit more to juggle here because you're not just worried, you need a minimum of 5,000 group volume. So you went Ruby last month and you're like, yeah, game on, let's go Emerald. You're more than doubling your volume and you're tripling the number of people on your chart. So it can feel overwhelming. It can feel daunting. It feels like, yeah, I'm going to the next level. I'm going to go to the next level. And then you're like, oh, dang, there's a whole lot of boxes to fill. And yes, after you've gone Ruby, signing up these 6 distributors right off the bat and then getting everybody to 400, it can feel like a lot. Like, feels like you're coaching. It feels like you're training a lot. But at Emerald is a very, very, very slippery slope that it's easy to fall into management mode, which is crazy already because it's only the 3rd rank in this business, but it's very, very easy to fall into management mode where you're spending so much time launching all these new distributors, answering their questions, that you're forgetting to do the things that you need to be doing on your own. I need you to remember this. About 70% of your time needs to be spent on your business and your personal growth, okay? 70% of your time needs to be spent on your own business, your own host-to-host recruiting, your own customers recruiting, your own distributors. 30% of your time can, if needed, be spent on your team. You are there to be a coach. You are there to be a mentor. You are there to be a friend. You are not there to do it for them. If you do it for all these people, I promise you that as you grow to diamond and double, they are going to expect you to do it for them. And then when you have done it for them, the people that they recruit, they are not going to have given that person realistic expectations about what success takes in this business. And then that person, they're going to expect someone to do it for them. Okay? If you build it all yourself, it's shaky. Teach this best friend how to sign. If you're having a lot of luck and she's struggling, take that extra 30 minutes to message with her, show her. You know, what's that phrase? Teach a man to fish, you feed him for life. You don't just give the man the fish, you teach him, right? Okay, so, and then this box up here, this needs to be a 400 box as well. So if you just had bare minimum 400, you know, what is that? And then, you know, maybe these people are, you know, maybe they're at 400 too. You're still only going to be at 3,600. You need 5,000 GV to go Emerald. So people got to be working. You can't be eking everybody by. Minimum 5,000 GV to hit Emerald with all the 400 boxes in place, 2 rubies. To maintain Emerald on simply volume, which means that you have an overall volume goal and no more than half comes from one leg, you need 8,000 to maintain. Okay? That means your team has to continue growing. All right, so this is our Emerald chart right here. So I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. So it is a big, big jump. I think the most important things about Emerald is that you do have to really start empowering people. Show your team the charts. Don't just give them a chart. Tell them that they can go into eSuite documents and they can search for the chart that they want. Send them the Ruby video that I made this morning and say, do you want that? Do you want that $500 a month? Also, you guys, you have to be teaching your team to get their own customers right away. Like I said, you can do it all. You can do it all for your whole team till Emerald. If you're really killing it recruitment-wise, you can get to Diamond. I tried to do it all for my whole team up to about Diamond or double Diamond, and then there was just no way I could do it anymore. But if you guys are going to teach them how to get customers, if you're going to teach them how to get distributors, then your chart's going to have that exponential growth. Because let's say that you need 60 more orders, 60 more orders. Is it easier for you to get all 60 or to show 10 of your team members how to each get 6? Right? Here's the deal. There are 52 cards in a deck, only 4 are aces. Not everyone's going to be you. Not everyone's going to have the hunger and the fire and the drive to just be unbelievable. Be a mass recruiter. Don't discount the walkers. Don't discount the joggers. Not everyone's going to be a runner, and that's okay, but match their pace. Don't sit there just giving someone customer, 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 distributor, distributor, distributor because they say they want it. You want those people who are in your Ruby positions to be at least trying, learning, showing up. Sometimes maybe someone is set up for Ruby and you're like, oh man, they're like in a really good spot and there's like a lot of volume there, but she's not doing that much. Sometimes, yes, it's going to make sense to put someone in a spot to make a Ruby that's like, wow, that person's not really the best worker, knowing, and I need you guys to trust this, the cream will always rise to the top. Over time in your organization, even if you're like, man, I think this person will be really great, the cream will rise to the top, okay? Now I want to talk really quick before I get back to the chart. Don't miss fast start bonuses, you guys. You need to, from Ruby and Emerald on, I mean, forever, never, ever, 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 ever miss a fast start bonus, okay? And I know that now that means that your new distributor has to sign 6 loyal customers themselves, right? They have to be personally enrolled to that. Well, I'm going to tell you all a little trick. Whenever I sign up a distributor, I say, you're going to go here, you're going to enter all your information, screenshot me your confirmation when you're done. You know what that screenshot has? Their website. So when I'm signing up Haley, and I know that Don needs one more to get fast started, I can go to Don's website, enter in Haley's info. I make sure I write Haley down on my tracker. I manually am going to put Haley into my Connect app, but I'm going to let Don be the personal enroller of that so I can get that next amount. So fast start bonuses pay out in $50 increments. The first 2 customers they get, you get 50. The next 2 you get 50, the third 2 you get 50. You typically have 30 days or 1 month. There have been some different promotions going on right now, but for the sake of this being a recorded video, we're going to say you have 1 month to get a fast start bonus, okay? Don't miss those, you guys. Even if someone just really doesn't seem to be working that hard, but they're trying, they're showing up, and you need them to be a 400 bucks, sometimes you are going to place a couple customers there to get that bonus. And here's why that's so important, because from Emerald, you're going to go to Diamond. And if you have ingrained never missing a fast start in your team, once you go Diamond, and that is a habit to teach, then you start earning exponential bonuses. And if you want to learn more about that, they're called CAB bonuses, and I'm going to go over them tonight in the Diamond training. But if you want mad, crazy, exponential earning, you have to ingrain that culture of never missing a fast start in your entire team. You need to get into that habit to never miss that. If you want to make sure you never miss a fast start, you need to be doing host to post. You need to be doing talking to people, and you need to be doing following up, and you got to be keeping a system, okay? Whether that is trackers, here's trackers, enrollment sheets, you need to be keeping yourself organized in some way. Y'all, I'm the queen of I'm not organized, I can't do this. I mean, there's a reason you don't see everything around me in my office. My husband can't even come into this room. But when it comes to my business, I'm not going to play around. And if I can do host to post and I can sign 60 customers a month, absolutely, I cannot miss a fast start, and I can match people's effort. If someone signed a customer, I'm like, awesome, congratulations. Now I'm going to match that customer for you. Now I want to go back really quick to the chart again, because I want to show you something. Okay, so let's say Susie here has her 6 customers. They were all 30 BV. So she has 180 GV, and Susie's not doing anything, right? And you're like, oh, Susie's not doing anything. Everybody on my chart is killing it. I just really don't want to like put a ton of volume under Susie because she's not doing anything, right? That's going to happen. This is where stacking comes in, guys. Okay, so let's say this person, they're killing it. and they're at 600. I like to color code. Green means they're good. Red means they're in trouble when I actually project out my charts. But let's say Susie here, and then Sarah here, she's trying, you know, let's say she's at 330. So she's getting close. All right, but Susie, man, Susie just isn't getting it. So, and I'm really sorry if there's a Susie on this. Like, this is, I just made up a name. Susie is just, she's like, no, I'm out. This isn't for me. You know, my mom's sister's kid said that this is a scam and this is dumb, so I'm not doing it. And it's like, okay, I'm so glad that that's the expert in network marketing. So you sign another distributor and you're like, well, my emerald chart's full. Do I just go onto my diamond chart? What do I do? No, you're going to do what's called stacking. So you're going to put somebody under Susie, and you're going to put in Melanie. And Melanie's brand new, but Melanie's excited. And Melanie, in her first, it's the end of the month, and in her first couple days, she gets 3 Beauty Works orders and she has 300 GV. Well, had you placed Melanie up here, she'd just be 300. She wouldn't be a box, a qualified leg. If you had put Melanie here, you know, to replace, like, let's say you've been like, oh, I'm just going to replace Susie. I'm just going to start a new leg. Well, then you'd have a 180 leg and a 300 leg. So you're going to do what's called stacking, where now you've got Melanie under Susie. Susie's not really working, and that's okay, because now these two combine, because Susie had 180 PBV, if I could type, but Melanie now is under her, so now Susie's GV is 480 GV, and she is now a qualified leg, even though she's not really doing something. So there is a lot of strategy to stacking, especially if you're growing a chart very quickly and you're like, man, these people need to get up to 400. They're selling all these promo deals, but geez, they're only at 200. Start stacking people. Build a strong chart first. I last year helped somebody go diamond in less than 2 months. Every single spot on her chart was double stacked. Every single spot was double stacked on her chart, because there were people there were $20 kits at the time. People were joining, they were quitting the next day. They didn't even know, but everybody was trying to get fast start bonuses, and there was just volume everywhere. So suddenly we were starting to stack 2 or 3 deep. And then what always happened, well, Susie here, she's quit. You know, in a couple months, she's not going to have anything really. She's not going to be commission qualified, but Melanie is going to end up kind of taking over that spot. And maybe Melanie then has started to grow to a ruby, because then when you look at a diamond chart, you guys, one of your rubies needs to grow into an emerald for you to go to your next spot. Okay, I'm going to stop screen sharing now, and I'm going to look at the chat. Okay. Yes, you got $700 in fast starts in April. Yeah, I just closed out my very last fast start from March. And I haven't been fully paid them out yet, but I made $1,500 in fast starts from March distributors. I didn't miss a single fast start. I got 6 under every single one. You better believe I'm going to do it again. I signed 7 distributors. So I'm going to get, what is that? $1,050 from April. Because why not? You guys, that's just extra cash. Like, we haven't set up, so my fast start bonuses, they all go to a separate savings account. Just save them. Great. It's gravy. It's awesome. All right. Let me look at my notes. The biggest thing is, don't let yourself fall into management mode. Be strategic as you stack. And you want to be empowering your leadership. You want to be empowering those rubies to start taking ownership of their own teams. Don't be a mother hen meddling that, especially if your ruby is growing that team on their own. Be there as a mentor, be there for positive energy, be there for coaching, but you don't need to be all up in that team, because as your team grows, and if you really want to go next level, you can manage a whole team till about double diamond. And then after you go double diamond, you guys, you have to go make a whole 3rd leg. You have to create a whole new diamond, and you've got to leave those other people on your chart to grow their own teams. You got to build a whole new third leg. So if you have been meddling and doing everything for everyone on your chart, it's extremely hard from a mentor, coaching, sponsor perspective to go effectively and quickly build a new diamond without leaving it. So it starts at Emerald. It starts at Emerald to be leading, not managing. It starts at Emerald to really allow your rubies to take charge. Really, really teach your rubies what it means to go ruby. And then make sure they fully understand it so they can teach their team. You guys, if you go ruby and you teach your team to go ruby and you build rubies, you will go to the top of this company. And there is no reason with the way our business is growing right now and the way Host to Post is working that somebody excited cannot jump in and go ruby in a week. I watched it happen on our team last month. I watched a girl go ruby in a week, emerald in 3 weeks. Brand new. If you become a ruby, you have 3 legs, and then you teach those 3 legs to go ruby, and then you teach those 3 legs to go ruby, you're going to be like a triple diamond before you know it. And everybody's getting their 6 customers. You know, what if every single person on your team's goal was to be at 400 PBV? Think about what that overall volume would be on your team. And now here's the other thing. To gain a promotion spot, to be a ruby, to be an emerald, to be a diamond, you must be commission qualified. You can get commission qualified in 2 ways. You can be at 150 PBV, which means your customers and your orders add up to 150, or you can run an 80 BV auto ship. I'm going to be real forward right here and say if you are trying to go emerald and you are not running an 80 BV auto ship every single month, non-negotiable, you are not taking your business seriously. It is inexcusable as an emerald, as a leadership level position, to not be ordering product that you personally use. If you are saying that you don't need the product, you can't afford the product, then you need to get your priorities straight about how serious you are about your business. And some people might get mad at me for saying that. I 1000% get your first month or 2 commission qualifying on BV. Absolutely. Nobody's joining this business to immediately go spend money. But with our products and their sampling capacity, Skinny Brew, Keto Tea, Keto Coffee, Super Reds, Super Greens, Hydrate, everything's in an individual packet. There is no reason that a 80 BV auto ship cannot be creating gas money. You guys got to teach that too. Because I am telling you, let's look at this chart again. Let's look at this chart. Come on, go to screen share. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You want to know how you're going to get to that 5,000 GV? What if all 10 people on that chart were running an 80 BV auto ship? Right there on top of customers would be another 800 GV. And to get those fast start bonuses, that person either needs to have an 80 BV auto ship set up or needs to be at 150. You will get paid out your fast starts faster. And then as you grow to diamond, when you have set that 80 BV auto ship as the culture of your team, you will never, ever miss one of those leadership bonuses. I absolutely get there's extenuating circumstances, there's reasons not to, but my philosophy is if you are ruby or above, there is 0 reason to not be running an 80 BV auto ship every single month. And if you aren't willing to do it, how can you ask your team to do it? But you must be commission qualified to achieve any rank. To promote in rank, to be paid as a ruby, to be paid as emerald, to be paid as diamond, you must be paid. You must be commission qualified. And then the last thing I want to talk about really quick, because I'm over my 30 minutes already, is people are wondering, but how do I fill all those boxes? How do I sign more people? This is an amazing tip from the amazing Ashley Renaud. And I'm sure many of you have heard it before, but she doesn't ever talk to people about being distributors. She doesn't go message them outwardly. She doesn't do PDT host to post. But everyone she talks to about the customer business, or I'm sorry, about ordering, every single person before they place their order, she says, before I process your order, I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't share what this business has done for me. She says, 4 years ago, I was able to leave my career as a full-time nurse and stay home with my family. Do you have any interest in learning more about this as an income producing opportunity, something like that? I don't have the exact words with me, and I can copy it into the chat, or if you message me, I can get it to you. She signed 18 distributors last month. 18 distributors last month before processing an order, after she had someone's info and everything. She went ahead and asked that question. You got to be asking everybody. You got to be proud. And if you do not truly believe that this business can be your ticket, if you do not truly believe that these products work for you, if you do not truly believe that you have the capacity to be a leader in this business and you are not worthy of making big, big money, no one else is going to believe you either. And if you're going to grow an Emerald team that's going to grow into a Diamond team that's going to grow into an Ambassador team, you absolutely must believe, because your team is going to absorb your belief. Your team is going to absorb your energy, and they're going to mirror you. The pace of the leaders, the pace of the pack. And I don't think anything can reflect that more clearly as how loud and fast the leaders of this team have been running the last few months. And we all kind of said back in December, we're just going to go and see who keeps up. And y'all are matching the pace. We almost tripled the number of enrollments of customers from March to April. How insane is that? So as a Emerald, I need you to stop saying I'm only Emerald or I'm only Ruby. Emerald is a leadership rank. You are leading a team. Okay, there are 9 people minimum on your team if you were going to go Emerald. You are a leader and you are worthy of leadership. All right. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then we can go through a little bit of questions. Okay, so multiple people have dropped that script into the comments for you guys. Oh, one last question before I stop recording. Does the Ruby you're using to promote have to have an auto ship set up? Absolutely not. They just have to be commission qualified. Anybody receiving a promotion, anybody getting a title, anybody wanting to get paid, distributor, executive, Ruby, Emerald, they have to be commission qualified either at 150 or an 80 BV auto ship. If they're not commission qualified, it will say distributor not commission qualified. They will not get a paycheck for that month, and they cannot get it back after the end of that month. One last question somebody said, is that why there's numbers like 2, 3 in your E-suite because of stacking? No, that's the level they are to you. You are level 1. Anybody who's on your top line will say level 2. Anyone's under them is level 3. Anyone under them 4. So if I look somebody up in my E-suite, like I looked up Haley the other day. Haley's on my team, yes, but I looked her up and she's 14 levels down because she is under 2 girls who are canceled, who then Amy was under, who's a couple more people who are canceled. So it's the level they are down from you, as if you are baseline, if you are 1. So think of it as like a layer cake. Right. Awesome. So I'm going to stay on for a second after this to open it up for questions if we need to. I'm going to stop the recording. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and let's go Emerald.